What's up, guys? Austin Gravit here, just hitting you with another video on how to meal prep the proper way. So first and foremost, I want to tell you that I decided to do a meal prep with chicken, brown rice, broccoli, and green beans. I also bought some hot sauce, olive oil, and containers. So this is a fresh meal prep, guys. If you don't have all this stuff, I got it here for about 20 bucks. The food itself costs around 15. So 15 bucks for 3 to 4 days worth of food. That's not bad, right? You know, you go to the drive-through fast food, that's about 2 meals right there. So, you know, this will be a total of 8 meals in the end. So I have about 6 chicken breasts in there, I believe. Cutting them up. 5 or 6 chicken breasts, I'm cutting them up. I also have 2 pounds of brown rice that I'll be throwing in. And then I have my good old green beans and broccoli that I will be also cooking as well today. About 2 pounds of that. So, okay, so what is a meal prep, guys? A meal prep is a prep of your food so you're prepping out so you can reach your goals within that week or within whatever goals you have. You're preparing for the future, basically. So you're planning ahead, having all your food ready so you can, you know, if you live a hectic lifestyle like myself, or, you know, I'm sure you do, you're really busy at work, the best possible way is to prep out your meals so you don't go the whole day without eating. So that's what a meal prep's for. And, you know, it makes things easier. It makes things, you know, easier to work around. So first and foremost, I start out my meal prep preheating the oven to 375. So I get my tools that I'll need next. I get my pan, my pot that I'll be steaming my vegetables in, and I have my measuring cup that I'll be filling up everything with. So next, I get my spray. I make sure I have aluminum foil down so the chicken doesn't stick. I spray it down nice and, you know, so everything's just all the way on there. Second, I cut my chicken up. I open it up, you know, make sure I get everything out. Now, I won't cut the chicken breasts until the end after they're cooked. The reason is they're a little bit harder to cook when they're fresh. So I'm pulling it out, just placing it right in the pan, guys. Simple as that. It's that easy. So you're just popping it right down the pan. So everything's looking nice and good, fits perfectly. After that, I do it right out of the trash can, discard the container, push it in. And then I get ready to put my Mrs. Dashes on. So like I said, I really like flavorful food, guys. I make sure that Mrs. Dashes is all over it because, one, it's salt-free. I love Mrs. Dashes. And two, it really provides a lot of flavor to the food. I really enjoy it. And then I throw my thyme on next to give it a little, you know, a little extra flair. Thyme's pretty good as well to spice. So after that, throw a little bit of pepper on there. Just making sure the pepper is evenly spread throughout all the chicken. I'm big in making my stuff flavorful, guys. I really want it to taste good because, you know, eating healthy should taste good. Should be flavorful, tasting good. So next, I fill up my pot. Now this will be for the broccoli and the green beans. Now I don't want to get it too full. Take note of that because if you get it too full, then it will actually extract the nutrients out of the vegetables. So you don't want to get the pot too full. I heated it up to about medium to low heat on this, so I don't want it to get too hot either at first, just warming it up. So after heating the water up, popping it on there, I pull out my green beans, take them out. It's kind of hard to get everything out with one hand, unfortunately, because I'm filming. Then I pop everything in, making sure it doesn't overflow. So I really want to get everything in there and make sure it cooks nicely, thoroughly. Green beans first, just because they're a little bit more thin than the broccoli, so they'll cook a little bit more quickly. So again, just popping them in. Then after that, guys, I go over to my rice cooker, and this is pretty cool because a rice cooker actually allows you to cook things easily and more quickly than if you were to boil rice. So this is really cool. It's really intuitive. You just pour the rice into the scooper that it comes with. In this case, I went a little overboard, but I did 4 scoops, and then I did 4 scoops of, or 4 cups of water, I believe. So that was the whole 2 pounds of rice I used right there into 4 scoops. And then the next thing you do is close it up, turn it on, and then you actually plug it in from there. So I go back over to my vegetables, check how they're doing. Doing good. Turn the heat down. Then next, what I do is I go over to the new containers I bought. In this case, they're new. I don't usually buy new containers every time. I reuse them for a little while until I think they're old. So this is really easy. You just open it up. Obviously, I'm struggling because I have one hand, but I open the containers up, wash them out. Right now, I'm just getting, them set up, making sure everything is, in place, checking on the heat. 375. Now it's time to prop the chicken in. So my oven takes a little bit longer than most ovens to warm things up. So I'm gonna pop this chicken in for about 50 minutes. So I want it to cook pretty thoroughly. The reason is I like my chicken generally a little bit crisp. So sometimes, in this case I did it today too, I broil it at the end. So alright, back to the vegetables. Always checking on them, guys. It's important. You don't want them to, burn them or heat them up too much. So then once it was boiling, I put it on low. And then I go back to containers. So I'm just setting everything up. Like I said, everything's clean. Making sure everything is sanitary for me to put the food in, everything prepped. So I bought 10 containers in this case. You'll see towards the end of the video that I was only able to fit 8 meals worth of, I think it was 5 pounds of chicken, 2 pounds of rice, and about 2 pounds of vegetables fit 8 meals. So that's pretty good, considering it lasted me, it usually lasts me about 4 days or so, 3 or 4 days. So it's pretty good, half a week, So $30 a week I can eat pretty much the whole week's worth. So the vegetables are looking good. It's about time to pull them off. So I make sure to get pinchers and I pull them off with that because they're really hot. I put it on a separate plate because I want it to cool. And I gotta boil the broccoli now too. And generally you can do both at once. I just didn't want to make it too confusing, too many things doing too much at once because I already am doing a lot right here. So I pick off each individual broccoli and then place it in the pot. And oh, this is the other thing, make sure you reuse the water just because you want to have fresh water in there, so that's key. And again, turn the heat back on. So I turned it off after. So I got everything in there now, and now it's time to get it going. Put the lid on, turn the heat down just a bit. Now look at that, it's steaming nice and hot. So it's all done now. I'm going to pop the broccoli on the same plate as I put the green beans. So everything's on there just cooling down. Meanwhile the rice is finishing up. The chicken should be done in a little bit. Like I said, the chicken takes a while to do, guys. Unfortunately, my oven is a little bit slower, so it might take you guys a little bit faster to do it. So, but now we have it done. So what do? Make sure to get a hot pad. In this case, I wanted to do a little bit extra, so I put it on broil for high, and I did 5 minutes today, just because broil you have to be careful with. You don't want to, it cooks it from the top versus the bottom as a conventional oven. You does the broil's pretty hot to the open flame. So the rice is done. Get ready to pull it out. Now I know I say don't weigh your food out, guys, but in this case I wanted to show you pretty much how much I got in terms of the chicken, usually that amount of chicken, this amount of rice and vegetables, how much you get in terms of meals and how much it said in ratio and sizes. So I figured I'd weigh it out just to show you what it looks like, portion sizes too. So it's about 260 grams of rice. You see it's really hot. There's the vegetables. So I'm putting about 100 grams of vegetables in. That's roughly about half a cup. Put about 100 grams of vegetables in each container. And then I throw about 4 to 8 ounces of chicken in. Now, a good way to determine how big is 4 ounces of chicken is the size of your fist or a deck of cards. So now, as you can see how it's cooking at the top. That's what a broiler does. Finishing up, pulling it out. Make sure you have a hot pad. This is extremely hot. So it's looking really good, guys. I'm really excited about this. Letting it cool down. Doing the final touches of putting the chicken in, weighing it out. Like I said, I had to cut it after because they were really thick breasts. So about 157. That's about 5 to 6 ounces of chicken right there. Next, I throw a tablespoon, and if believe it or not, the lid of olive oil is about a tablespoon. Just a little trick. So I throw about a tablespoon of olive oil on all my stuff. Sprinkle it with a lot of hot sauce towards the end to really douse it, make it taste good, flavorful. Anything I can do to make these meals taste awesome, guys, because this is really healthy stuff right here. So I got 8, like I said. Just doing the final touches, making it taste extremely, extremely good. And look at that. It took me about an hour and a half to do all that. So, pretty proud. I think it looks very vibrant, very colorful. And I know you can do the same. It's not hard at all. So, can't wait to eat it now. Looking pretty good. Alright guys, so that took about, as you can see, a little bit over an hour and a half to do all that. So what it came out to, unfortunately, wasn't 10 meals. It came out to 8 meals. As you can see, each meal has about, I weighed it out this time, each meal has about 250 grams of rice, 4 ounces of meat, or chicken in this case, and then our green vegetable is about 100 grams. So roughly the meals come to around 500 calories each. I generally eat 2 to 3 a day. They're consider my core meals. So I get about 1,000 to 1,500 of my calories from this, and then of course I have my breakfast, and I'll have like my mass or my protein shake after my workout. So that's pretty much what I eat. That's you can incorporate this same type of meal prep into your lifestyle. I mean, this is a really, really, really standard basic meal prep, but I really think this could help you out greatly. Like I said, it took me an hour and a half. That's it, guys. It only takes an hour and a half of your time a week. In a day, that's about 5% of your day. It's really not that much time. So do this twice a week, and I guarantee you can get results. The only downside is cleanup now. It's probably going to take me about 15 minutes to clean up. But other than that, guys, you can definitely do it. This is what is going to give you 80% to 70% of your results, eating right and then going to the gym. So that's all, guys. Take care. Make sure to subscribe to my newsletter for more videos, and make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel as well. Take care, guys. That's going to wrap it up.